Stand on your feet as I close. Listen, little Johnny, came from a poor family. And he was not given much in life. But on his birthday one year, his grandfather gave him an old-timer's pocket knife. Now, if you know anything about the country and you're from the country, how many of you know what an old-timer's pocket knife is? I've got one that my grandfather passed down to me. When he passed away, it's a treasured item that I have. It's his. I mean, the blade on it is almost completely gone where he has sharpened it so many times. It's an old-timer's. His grandfather gave him an old-timer's knife. He didn't have many toys, but he always wanted a sailboat. So Johnny took this little block of wood and he started whittling on that wood and started crafting it and shaping it. It took him weeks, if not months. And he took that little block of wood and he shaped it into the hull of a boat, a little toy boat. He drilled holes in the top. He glued in some sticks and created his own little sail. And in a matter of just a couple of months, little Johnny had made this beautiful sailboat. He painted it red and white. And on the bottom of it, he put his name and the year. And it said, Little Johnny's Boat. And one day, Johnny decided to take that boat down to the local river, or the river that came through town. And he found himself in a place where the water was idle, and he wanted to play for the first time with his boat. And kind of like kids do, you know. Today we don't play with toys. We play on our phones and on games. And you can call their names and yell at them 100 times. They don't hear you because they're so engaged in what they're doing that that's all they're thinking about. And this is what happened to Johnny. It wasn't a phone or a game. It was his boat. He would push it out in the water, and a little breeze would catch it and it'd go a little ways, and he would dive in, swim out, and get it and bring it back to the bank and push it back in the water, and the breeze would blow it out into the middle of the stagnant waters, or not stagnant waters, but the mild waters of the river. And he would dive in, get it, bring it back. And for hours he played with the boat. And he was so ingrained and engulfed in what he was doing, he didn't notice a storm was coming. And all of a sudden he pushed his boat out into the river, and the first gust of wind from that storm came up from behind, and it took the sails of the boat, and the boat began to move fastly down the river. And Johnny didn't jump in, but he started running down the banks of the river, chasing after his little boat, but he couldn't catch it. It finally made its way to the current, and Johnny stood there on the banks of the river with tears streaming down his face as he watched his little boat drift off out of sight. Several months went by, and Johnny was on his way home from school one day, and he looked in the window of the thrift store, and guess what was in the window of the thrift store? It was his little boat. Are you with me? Are you okay? Johnny runs in, and he grabs the boat, and he starts to run back out the store, and the store owner grabs him by the arm and says, "Son, what are you doing?" He said, "This is my boat." And the store owner said, "No, son, that's my boat. It's for sale. That boat will cost you $5. I don't have $5, but sir, this is my boat. I made this boat with a pocket knife given to me by my grandfather. I lost it in the river." He flipped it over and said, "See, it says Little Johnny. That's me. And it's got the year. This is my boat." And the man took the boat, put it back on the shelf, and said, "Son, I bought this boat from a vendor. And if you want this boat, you've got to earn the money to come buy the boat. And when you bring me $5, if the boat is still here, then and only then can you have the boat." Johnny leaves and his heart is broken. He goes home and he starts cutting grass and working around the neighbors' yards, and he starts washing cars, trying to make money. And in a matter of a few weeks, Johnny's got the money, and he goes back to the store. He's got the $5. It's all in coins. He takes the boat. It's still there, to the counter. He says, "Sir, I've got the money. I'm here to buy my boat." And the man said, "Let's count the money." And right down to the very last penny, $5. And the man hands him the receipt. He hands him his boat. And Johnny is grinning from ear to ear, tears running down his face. And the man from the store was noted for saying that when Johnny put the boat under his jacket to walk out, he heard Johnny say these words, "Once you were my boat because I made you, but twice you're mine because I bought you back." Once we were his because he made us. But some of you who knew the Lord, the winds of life have pushed you downstream. And the enemy he has taken you back in possession. But Jesus went to the cross of Calvary. Hosea went to the auction block of slavery. And Jesus said, "Once you were mine because I made you." But twice you're mine because the price of my blood has bought you back. And with heads bowed and eyes closed, I wonder if there's anybody who says, "I'm thankful that I'm in the hands of God and not the hands of men. And I'm thankful today that he's here to buy me back." And maybe you have drifted from the Lord. You don't know him. But his redeeming love and his power is here to buy you back. If there's anybody in the room that says, "Pastor, you're preaching to me, I'm drifting down the river of life. I need to come back to the redeeming power of Christ." If I preach to anybody, wave at me. Come on, throw your hand up in this room. There's hands. 1, 2, come on, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count them. 7. Come on, throw them up. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up. Hold them up high. Here's what I want to do. He's married to you. He'll never take off his ring. He throws open the door and looks for you. He pays more than anybody else can pay. He's bought you back. He didn't just make you, but he bought you back. When I count to 3, if you say, "I got to come back to the cross of Jesus today." When I get to 3, I want you to come and stand with me in this altar. I want to pray for you today. 1, you may be away from him. 2, you may not know him. 3, I need the saving grace of the Lord Jesus Christ. If that's you, come on right now. Come on right now. God is moving on the hearts and lives of men and women. Come on, if anybody says, "I need salvation today. I need salvation today." Come on, you won't be by yourself. Folks are moving. Come on. Come on, I'm drifting. Come on, Pastor April, help me pray. I'm drifting. How many say, "I'm thankful for the grace of God today"? Come on, anybody. I'm thankful for the grace of God. And when I count to 3, if you're thankful for the grace of God, would you come and pray with us today? 1, 2, 3. Would you do it? Come on, if you're thankful for the grace of God, come help us pray today. Come on. I'm waiting on you. Elders, come help me pray today. We worship you, Lord.